You open your phone for 1 minute, just 1 minute. You are not looking for a fight. You are not trying to become angry. You only want to see what people are saying. Then one post catches you. Someone says something arrogant. Someone says something cruel. Someone says something so careless that silence suddenly feels like weakness. Before you fully understand what happened, your body is already involved. Your chest tightens. Your face changes. Your thumb is ready. And for a moment, anger feels like power. It feels clean. It feels sharp. It feels like you have finally seen the truth. That is the seduction of online outrage. It gives you a simple world. Someone is wrong. Someone is guilty. Someone deserves to be corrected. And you, for a few seconds, get to feel clear. Modern life rarely gives us that feeling. Most of life is uncertain. People are mixed. Stories are incomplete. Motives are hidden. We do not know enough, yet the internet asks us to react immediately. So anger becomes a shortcut. It turns confusion into certainty. It turns helplessness into action. It turns anxiety into judgment. And judgment can feel stronger than pain. More than 2,000 years ago, Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese thinker behind the Tao Te Ching, looked at power in a very different way. He was not writing about comment sections, algorithms, or strangers arguing through screens. But he was writing about the human mind and how easily it loses itself when it is pulled by the outside world. From that view, Lao Tzu would ask a harder question. If your peace can be taken by a stranger, how much power do you really have? If one sentence on a screen can command your body, your mood, your attention, and your next 10 minutes, who is ruling whom? Lao Tzu understood something modern people keep forgetting. The unstable mind is easy to govern. The restless heart is easy to move. If your inner life has no weight, every wind can carry it. If your mind has no stillness, any stranger can pull your strings. This is not weakness in a moral sense. It is human. We want to belong. We want to know which side is safe. We want the approval of people who seem to understand what is happening. And online anger offers belonging very quickly. You do not need to know the whole story. You only need to know the correct tone. A little contempt, a little certainty, a little joke that tells the crowd you are one of them. That is why online anger does not always look like rage. Sometimes it looks like sarcasm. Sometimes it looks like intelligence. Sometimes it looks like a clever comment that quietly removes another person's humanity. Direct anger is easy to recognize. It shouts. It insults. It loses control in public. But mockery is more elegant. Mockery can pretend to be insight. It can say, I am not angry. I am just smarter than this. It can make cruelty feel tasteful. It can make humiliation feel like humor. And because it looks clever, people reward it. They like it. They share it. They repeat it. They join it. This is where many people lose themselves without noticing. They do not wake up and decide to become cruel. They simply enter a crowd that is already laughing. They feel the rhythm. They learn the approved disgust. They borrow the certainty of people who may not know more than they do. And suddenly, shame feels like justice. A crowd can make cruelty feel like clarity. Lao Tzu would not be impressed by this kind of cleverness. He would not confuse sharpness with wisdom. He would not mistake a fast reaction for a clear mind. Real wisdom does not always rush to sound intelligent. Sometimes the need to have the sharpest comment is only insecurity with better vocabulary. Sometimes the need to win the moment is proof that the moment owns you. There is a kind of person the internet constantly produces, quick to react, quick to judge, quick to mock, quick to announce what everyone else has failed to understand. But speed is not depth. Noise is not courage, and contempt is not truth. Lao Tzu points us toward a different kind of strength. Not the strength to dominate every argument, not the strength to humiliate someone more efficiently, not the strength to appear superior in front of a crowd, but the strength to remain whole when the world is trying to divide your mind. This is why online outrage is so dangerous. Not because anger is always wrong. Anger can be necessary. Anger can protect dignity. Anger can name something that should not be accepted. But anger is supposed to be a signal. It is not supposed to become your identity. When anger becomes identity, you begin to need enemies. You begin to search for people to correct. You begin to confuse peace with passivity. You begin to feel useless unless you are against something, and the platforms know this. The internet did not invent anger, it industrialized it. It learned how to package outrage into something you can consume every day. It learned that angry people stay longer. They comment more. They share more. They return more often. And the more you return, the more the world inside your screen begins to feel like the whole world. This is why the old Taoist warning matters. Do not let the outer noise become your inner climate. Do not let every provocation decide the shape of your mind. Do not let a machine teach you what to hate before you have decided what you love. Because once your attention is captured, your anger may no longer belong to you. It can be summoned. It can be directed. It can be monetized. It can be used to make you feel powerful while making you less free. Lao Tzu does not ask us to become numb. He does not ask us to smile at everything. He does not ask us to accept injustice in the name of peace. That would be cowardice wearing spiritual language. The question is not whether you should ever be angry. The question is whether anger is serving your conscience or feeding your addiction to reaction. There is a difference between standing for something and needing someone to stand above. There is a difference between moral courage and emotional entertainment. There is a difference between seeing clearly and enjoying contempt. Lao Tzu gives us one of the strongest definitions of power. To know others is intelligence. To know yourself is clarity. To overcome others takes force. To overcome yourself takes real strength. This is the line online culture does not want you to understand. It wants you focused outward. Who is wrong? Who is stupid? Who deserves shame? Who can be turned into today's example? But Lao Tzu turns the question back toward you. Can you see your own hunger to be right? Can you feel the pleasure of contempt before it becomes speech? Can you notice the moment when belonging to the crowd becomes more important than understanding the truth? Can you stop yourself from becoming the kind of person you claim to oppose? This is not passivity. This is discipline, not the loud discipline of control. The quiet discipline of not being controlled. Before you join the next wave of outrage, pause. Not to protect the person you dislike, not to make yourself polite. Pause to protect your own mind. Ask, do I actually know enough to be this certain? Is this response coming from conscience or from the pleasure of contempt? Am I trying to reveal the truth, or am I trying to be seen on the right side of the crowd? And finally, who benefits if I become easier to provoke? These questions do not make you weak. They make you harder to use. The world does not need more people who can be activated instantly. It does not need more clever cruelty. It does not need more people mistaking sarcasm for wisdom. It needs people with enough inner weight that they cannot be carried away by every storm. People with enough stillness that they do not become servants of every restless crowd. People who can resist what is wrong without becoming addicted to hatred. Anger feels like power, but if you cannot put it down, it owns you. Real power is not the ability to react. almost anyone can react. Real power is the ability to remain free at the exact moment the world is trying to pull your strings.